Hello, 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 my spirit family and otherworldly beings, because I know you're out there. Welcome to Office Hours. It is another week, and boy, do we have a lot going on. Um, First of all, let me just say I am so yes, I'm in another spot. I'm on the couch for a couple of weeks, y'all. Okay, so we're gonna be hanging out on the couch. I've been doing some traveling, and I had some people like graduating, things happening. I had to attend things, and so my setup will be changing for the summer. Yes, it is 200 degrees everywhere. We're working through it. We're dealing with it. These lights, all this stuff. I can't have the fan on because it messes up with the sound. Anyway, but I'm here another week. I'm excited. And, with everything going on, we have people passing away, in our government. We have young black men being unalived. We have sickness and illnesses all throughout the country. People, not being able to like retain food. We're not allowed to eat certain foods anymore. And spirit is just like, I'm getting all this spiritual download with everything outside carnal in the natural being taken from us. I think we're also being given a lot. Hear me out. So, one law that I live by, you all know, I'm big gratitude. Gratitude is my religion, right? If you're not um as advanced or know how or don't usually pray, just say thank you, right? Thank you and gratitude is like, it's so simple and it's so genuine, and it's alignment with your higher self in terms of like whatever bad or uncomfortable, whatever issues you have that's going on, staying in gratitude keeps your frequency at a space where you're still aware and you still see the blessings of life, right? I think sometimes we get caught up in hardships, and it brings us down, it makes us fearful, it makes us insecure, and then our frequency changes, it lowers, and then we're not seeing the attraction of still the good that's coming in, right? I'm not going to digress. I'm stay with me. So, we have all these negative things going on. We have a war, we have or wars. We have suffrage. We can't eat. There's a limited in our resources financially, right? But there are gifts in all of it. There are gifts in all of it. And like, if you have one hand open, the other one can't be closed. Both hands have to be open. You're giving, you're receiving. You're giving, you're receiving, right? And that's the same thing with life. I think that the question is, from me to you, what's being taken away that you're uncomfortable with right now? And what's being given to you at the same time? It doesn't have to be big. What's being taken can be huge to you, right? You lost your job. You're going to be evicted. Your car's broken down. You need money to fix it. You have to go into your savings for food. I don't know what the big thing is. You're ending a relationship. Someone has passed on. Uh, Big things, right? That are making you uncomfortable. What is being given? Do you see what's being given? Can you see what's being given in the same vein, right? So I just wanted to put that out there because we have so much going on. Look, I'm on social media. I'm on these platforms, and My only intention in being on this platform is to grow myself through listening and hearing what you have to say, and is to also help others grow, right? uh, I think it's important to align yourself with we have multiple purposes, right? Because sometimes we can get lost in all the outside things, the job, um, the fame, the things that you do instead of the things that you be, right? And so I'm just here to say, what are some of the blessings that are coming towards you, towards us, that may not be as big or appear to be as big as the things that we're losing, but they're still important. Because you know what? Such a time as this, it's not going to be forever. It's not. It's not going to be forever. So I wanted to open up with that, say thank you, and let's do some inventory, okay? Now, before I was in like a upright like chair, and it's easy. One thing about me, when I start to do breathing, I'm so used to it now, my body automatically just relaxes. But because I'm working step by step to help you get into it and practice it, right? To retain it, you know, I take my time. I try to process it the way I think you're processing it. So we're gonna do some inventory. You know what inventory is? We breathe. We breathe. So get comfortable. I'm very comfortable on this couch. This one is not, this is an easy one. Whew. So we breathe in and we breathe out. Take a deep breath in and we breathe out. This time we're breathing in and we're going to relax our shoulders. Take a deep breath in and relax our head. Take a deep breath in and relax our neck. Deep breath in and relax your back. Deep breath in and relax your legs. A deep breath in and relax your hands. Okay, so you can do this however you see fit. I always recommend sitting in a comfortable space and recognizing where the tension is in your body, right? Wherever that tension is, when you breathe in and you breathe out, that's what you relax, that area that's tense. Also, there's something else. When you close your eyes and you take a deep breath in, you can also imagine a bright, bright light, like white light, right? And that light is positivity, it's safety, it's new energy. And then when you breathe in and you go to relax, you send that light to that body part. So essentially, it's like an inner healing. You're healing yourself. Just try it. We're gonna try it. I'm gonna try it maybe next week. Um, and that's another way to like calm your system down, right? Just there's no more anxiety, there's no tension. You're just relaxed to the point where you could probably take a nap, right? But we're not going to take a nap. We're going to get into these questions. So this week, I have some interesting, these are interesting. And let me just say this. I I know nothing. I know nothing about you. You know everything about you. And what you don't know about you, we're going to try and figure it out, right? The questions, the answers, the opinions, the comments, that's to get you to a place where you get this, okay, or oh, okay, I can think about it that way, or that may be what it is. It's not this, right? So I'm saying that to say we have some interesting questions, and some of the emails are of people that who are my elder, and I'm so grateful that you trust me to even comment on the situation. So please, I mean, y'all, I don't know who's watching. I don't know who's listening. All I know is the comments, the sharing are more than welcome. This is a safe space and I welcome it. And no judgment, judgment free zone. You can give me a call 1-855-437-4639. Yes, I'm looking down and reading it. 1-855-437-4639. That's 1-855-4 Dr. Indy. See, I know that part. If you want to call in, you're welcome to call in. You're welcome to leave comments on the voicemail. Leave your issues. I will read them, or maybe the next week or a future week. You will get my response. You can also email me at thedrindy@gmail.com. Okay? Put it in there. I'm collecting all these emails and then I will respond. So we're going to start with Denise. She's 58 from Baltimore. Hey, B More. That's my home state. It's where I was born. Dear Dr. Indy, my husband is a good man. He's loyal, dependable, and has been by my side for decades. But somewhere along the way, the romance disappeared. We barely touch, barely laugh, and honestly, sometimes I fantasize about what it would feel like to feel desired again before I get too old. I feel guilty even admitting that. Is it possible to fall back in love after years of emotional distance? Absolutely. It's absolutely capable, and you're absolutely capable, and it is possible to fall back into that. But like everything takes work. Have you all ever been like on a job for years and you know it like the back of your hand, you know the work, right? You're even getting raises, but there's something about being there that feels stagnant, or you feel like you're not growing. You know the work, you're getting the money, but it's almost as if your body, your person has outgrown it. That's because you have. We're supposed to outgrow things. It's not natural to not outgrow things, even if it's a great situation. You have to outgrow it in order to grow. And so you can be in a room for years. If you never change it, throw stuff away, get new stuff, like you won't change the energy. You won't grow. So, excuse me, your relationship is a home, just like your home is a home. But if you don't clean it, it's going to stay dirty and get dirtier. If you don't open up the windows, you won't get fresh air. You'll get sick. It's the same thing with a relationship. You've both outgrown your relationship, but you're still in the relationship. So the relationship is its own person, right? And you have love, Your husband has love, and you're bringing love to the relationship. Well, guess what? It's time to have the conversation and take stock and do an inventory. The both of you. The both of you need to come together and sit down and figure out who you are now compared to who you were when you first got married. Or if you don't even want to go that far, who you are now compared to who you were, let's say 5 years ago, right? There have been changes not only in you, there are changes in him. And if you're not discussing it, that's the issue. It is nothing wrong with having desires, and you love him, and you probably love the fact that you feel secure with him, you feel safe with him, but there's a piece missing. Well, that piece is missing because maybe hormonally he's changed. Okay, there may be something going on with him biologically, like physically, and he doesn't want to discuss it with you, or he's trying to work it out privately and then bring it to you. You have to have the conversation, because if he's supporting you and he's actually feeding a portion of your love language, then that other portion, you got to have a conversation about it. Have you changed? Is there something in you that he doesn't understand, that he's trying to navigate? Excuse me. And maybe he doesn't know how to have the conversation. Oh, excuse me. So I think it's important to have the conversation. And to answer your question, yes, it is possible to create new intimate moments. Chances are you all will create a new intimate moment, and it'll look different. Maybe that's the thing too. Maybe to you, the intimacy should look a certain way, the way it was before, and it's not, because you're two different people. And now you're living sort of separate lives in the intimacy space, in the romance space, and you need to find a way to come back together. So yes, it is possible. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Have a conversation with your husband. If he makes you feel safe and he's supportive, then chances are he will be open to listening to what's going on. You have to have the conversation. Okay? 1-855-4 Indy. Give me a call. Leave your comments. You guys, please share, like, subscribe. Let's get this conversation going. Spread it out. Spread the word. I am here Fridays. It's office hours. Okay. Next we have, let me see. Oh, Eleanor. Eleanor from Phoenix, Arizona. She's 73. See, thank you. I'm just a human being. You're just a human being. I'm here to be supportive, and we're going to work this out. Eleanor, you could teach me a thing. The things that you've forgotten, I will never know, but I'm going to do my best to answer your question and support you in any way I can. Okay. Good afternoon, Dr. Indy. After 45 years of marriage, wow, my husband left me for another woman. Whew. Okay, so Denise, listen to this one. Pay attention, okay? I never imagined I'd be alone at this stage in life. Some days I feel angry, some days embarrassed, and some days terrified about the future. My friends tell me to stay positive, but they don't understand how devastating it is to rebuild your identity at 73 years old. How do you begin again when you thought your life story was already written? Because, you know why? You know how, Eleanor? Because your life story is there. So, one thing I know for certain, and it's so comforting is that we're not responsible for the future. We're not. We're not responsible for the future. We're responsible for right now. I do believe we have a spiritual contract. We get together with our higher selves, with the creator, with our spirit guides, with our loved ones, ancestors. So I don't know, our circle, our people them. We get together before we decide to come here and we have a spiritual contract. So there is a written story, right? But in the natural, it looks different. It's alignment. It's always about staying aligned with your contract, with your story. If your story included you not spending the rest of your life with this husband, there's a reason. There is a higher reason than what you are feeling and what you are going through right now. And you're not responsible for your future. You are not. You're responsible for your now so that you will understand and get to your future. Hear me out. Because of the security, maybe the safety, the normality, the consistency that was happening for 45 years, it may have allowed you to overlook the discomfort in those 45 years. Something was imbalanced for him to decide to leave. Not in you necessarily, maybe in him, but overall in the relationship, right? And it wasn't discussed. So the betrayal is that you never told me. You never told me what you were going to do. You never told me how you were feeling. And this other person gets a you that I thought I always had. Guess what? You you had a portion and you played a part in it, not on purpose, not because you're bad, but because I believe there's always a part of us that belongs only to us. Let me think of another way to explain this. The same way he prioritized a part of him for himself that allowed him to make the decision that he wanted to leave and do something new is the same way there was a part and there is a part of you that only belongs to you that will allow you to make changes and grow for you. This is about growth, Eleanor. This is about not your age, but your stage, and you still have life to grow. What if I told you in 2 years you were going to be with someone who absolutely was grateful that you were sent to him because of a circumstance he was in and he didn't understand and he was just looking for companionship and support, and that you would feel, oh my goodness, not that your past was a regret, but this future feels like a new beginning. And it's not about your age. It's about your spiritual contract and this new being that you were supposed to be in alignment with. I'm putting it out there like that because no, we don't know if that's going to happen. But there are ways to stay positive. There are groups that you can join. Meditate. Come back to office hours, Eleanor. Give your comments. Let's talk. Because I can learn some things. And there's some other young women and men that can learn some things about what 45 years looks like when you're in the right purpose, when you're growing, when you're with someone, when it may be time to move on. The whole point is this is you have a story to share and it's not over. Your time is not over. Thank you for sharing. I love that you have friends. You have me now. So please stay in touch. 1-855-4 Dr. Indy. At the go to the Dr. Indy at gmail.com and email me if you want me to speak more on this. Um, and we're here for you. And I'm glad that you have friends that are there for you. And you will be happy. You know why? Because you still have a contract to fulfill. You're still alive. You're still here. You're still here. Next. Okay. Sophia. Oh wow. This is like these ages are just running the gamut. With like 73 now. Sophia's 22. Sophia, she's 22 from Los Angeles. I think social media is destroying my relationship. You think? You think, Sophia? Hi, Dr. Indy. My boyfriend and I argue constantly about Instagram and TikTok. He follows hundreds of influencers and likes provocative photos all day long. Oh, this ain't about social media. And honestly, it makes me feel insecure. Then when I bring it up, he says I'm overthinking it and that it's just social media. But I feel like social media has people constantly comparing their partners to fantasy versions online. Am I being too sensitive or are relationships changing because of the internet? No, yes, no, yes, no, yes. No, you are not being too sensitive. And yes, they are. First of all, social media, how long? I think social media has only been around for like what? It has it been, I think it's been 20 years, right? 20 some years. I don't know. Y'all do the math. I'm not sure. Before social media, people did not, we only had television, right? So we fantasized about like the TV and the shows and the right. And I would venture to say before, and I'm showing my age, right? Before Real World, if y'all watch Real World, we really didn't have like reality TV like that. But now reality TV has plunged us into social media. So now I'm here in a real time offering advice. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I decided to go back and be educated because I didn't want my conversation to be just an opinion. I wanted to actually have some knowledge, right? So when things got serious, I could be of real support. I digress. Yes, social media is definitely changing our relationships because it's based on others' views who may not necessarily have um, the experience, the education, the emotional intelligence to give an opinion about said things. Okay? So, yes, there is a part of social media that is endangering our relationships, our mindset, our perspectives, our perception of ourselves, of our relationships, of others, of the reality of life. Okay, the reality is I'm 51. I don't have the same abs, but I look at someone and I want what I used to have. I'm not going to have what she has. Now if I want what I used to have, I'm going to have to do the work. I can't look at it online and go buy that product. That product's not going to work for me. You know what that product's going to do? It's going to sit in my medicine cabinet and rot. And I spent $50. So, yes, I do believe that social media is playing a part in the changes of our relationships. Are you paranoid? No. You have every right to be insecure. And let me explain something to you. I don't think the insecurity is about the other women, right? The insecurity is that, are you enough? Why aren't I enough? Why do you need to like all these? Why are you so distracted? That's the conversation. Why is he so distracted? What? Maybe because it's available to him. If he didn't have his phone, does he do that when you all are in public, or is he looking at other women and liking them in his mind? Mm. So, Sophia, I think that first of all, you're very mature and very, um, I think you are secure because you were secure enough to share your story. Um, I think the insecurity is not knowing the intention of the party that you love, right? And I want you to take this day by day, week by week, month by month with him. He may not be your forever person, but he is there to teach you a lesson. And it could be you are making me feel uncomfortable. Your insatiable need to like and pay attention to that is making me uncomfortable. I need to understand where it's coming from. And if that's who you really are, then I think it's best we sever ties and we go our separate ways, because I would never want to make you uncomfortable looking at the fly guy with all the abs. He's not bald, he's cute, he's not 5'7", he's 6'7", and he just looks like we may look good together. I'm just saying. Am I causing problems? I'm causing problems, y'all. I'm causing problems. Sophia, no. You're not wrong for feeling insecure. You need to have the conversation, but you also need to decide whether or not this is a relationship you want to continue, because if he sounds like gaslighting you because of how you feel, that's the bigger issue than him looking at these people. Because really, we can't control what other people are going to do. We can't control what other people like. And you are responsible for how you want to feel in any relationship. So there we go, y'all. Like, share, comment, subscribe. 18554 Dr. Indy is the number. And I love you. And let's do some inventory before we leave, okay? You know how we do. I don't want to leave y'all anxious. I know you're probably twitching because of that last conversation. So breathe. Take a deep breath in. And take a deep breath out. Take a deep breath in. And take a deep breath out. Thank you. I love you. I am grateful for you. Remember, gratitude is a religion. Food and fashion is a lifestyle. I'll see you next week on another episode of Office Hours.